Why Bad Boys?
Well, it's one of the greatest action movies of all time, and it kicked off one of the greatest action movie franchises of all times. And I need to let you two motherfuckers know that if you're going to be disrespectful to this film, I know the whole point of this podcast. I know what you're doing here. You find what's wrong, you study it, and it's an attempt to challenge filmmakers to make a better product down the road. But this film, it's part of my childhood, teenage years. Like pretty much any movie that came out when you started getting some ass and, could figure out scrambled porn, it's special to you. It's a great film, man. And it's one of those ones where, number one, it's the film that made Will Smith a star. A lot of people argue Independence Day, but you don't get Independence Day without Bad Boys first. And the other thing that's interesting about this film is that people forget Martin was a bigger star than Will at this mile marker in 95. They both had hit sitcoms, but Martin was the more established comedic tour de force from Def Jam and all of that. And Will had music, but his music was in a different, I think at this point era, we're in Will Smith, boom, boom, shake, shake the room before he became Big Willie style.
Before he started getting jiggy with it?
Yeah, jiggy with it, Men in Black, all of that shit. He had some hits after this. I'm not going to say his rap career was done in 95, but yeah.
If Will Smith would have kept making a song for every movie, like if he just kept doing that his whole career, what song would you be like most interested to listen to?
Did he do Just the Two of Us for Pursuit of Happiness?
No.
He did a tribute song to Jaden. There was definitely a song where, yeah, I love you, son, and I'm always gonna love you, and remember that I love you. And take it to the hook.
I just remember Austin Powers too making a spoof of it. Just the two of us with Dr. Evil and Mini-Me. That shit was so funny to me at the time.
By the way, Roy, you don't have to worry. I know our title's The Movie Ruiners, but I think we're more just about ruining your movie watching experience. We'll be asking you questions, and so we don't go too hard on the movie.
I'm with you on that. It's fine if you do. I'm just talking shit.
I personally don't think there was anyone cooler on the planet than Will Smith at this time. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, I thought he was the coolest guy ever. I found out he wouldn't have got this if it weren't for Martin Lawrence, because they originally wanted Arsenio Hall.
Correct.
And Arsenio Hall passed on this and said it was the biggest mistake of his career.
Really? Arsenio passed on Bad Boys?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. He was suave. Arsenio was cool.
I know. It would have been fun to watch him do it, but I still think Will Smith's so much cooler.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't unsee what you've already saw. I mean, then there's also the John Lovett's David Spade version.
Yes.
That's who we're dressed up as.
Oh, shit, I just noticed. You're dressed as Martin from when he went to rescue Taya Leone thing.
No way.
Not Mike Lowry. What you mean I ain't Mike Lowry? You never even met him.
I got the Will Smith on.
That is the Mike Lowry. I just put it together.
You just thought we were
Lord.
idiots.
I was like, why is he in a sleeveless vest? What?
This is how I went to your show tonight, too.
Really?
No.
Lord. Looking like an off-duty cop.
Yeah, I even got the little, but the thing is, Will looks cool. I just look like a poet or some shit. It's not a cool look for me.
Nah, it was a good movie. It was just fun. Like, it was just goofy. I know a lot of people who prefer part 2 to part 1, but I'm definitely more of a part 1 guy.
Do you remember the first time you ever saw it?
Yeah, this is junior going into senior year of high school in 95, man. And I mean, me and my buddies in those days, we went to the movies as a group. Like, it was an event. I remember going to see Mortal Kombat. I remember going to see Jurassic Park. And like, these were like, we're going to, Friday night premiere, you call off of work, fucking Bad Boys is coming out. And like, that was the shit, man. And only saw it once. It wasn't until I got to college and really started getting into DVD watching because, you know, there was no cable in those days. Most colleges didn't have cable in the dorms. So DVDs were how you just stayed entertained. So you'd buy a bunch, you go to a pawn shop, stock up on a shit ton for $3, or, you know, we had guys in the dorm who rented DVD, like ran a full Blockbuster video rental. Yeah. You just go give a dude $5 and the DVD's yours for a week or whatever.
Well, speaking of your college days, we got a few gifts for you.
Oh, dear.
Surprises.
What do we have here? Oh, shit. The Black Comedy Explosion. These old school comedy flyers. Bay Area. Oh, so I think this is from Tommy Davidson and George Wallace as the headliners. Spreckles Theater. I do not know where that is. Black comedy was huge in the Bay. Like, there was a Black Bay Area comedy competition that every year essentially birthed the next Black comedy star from late 80s, I'd say up until maybe 2000. It still goes on to this day, but in that era where there was a pipeline from you win the contest, you get on TV, you get a Chris Tucker lifestyle immediately.
Like JFL a little bit.
Yeah, Black JFL. Like it was literally NFL Combine for the best in Black comedy. So if you saw something, and it sounds corny now, but a Black comedy explosion, you have to deliver as a promoter. Yeah. You can just put explosion and it not be the most hilarious motherfucker. And George Wallace, I mean, that's an OG that goes way back, you know.
You went on tour with Tommy Davidson, right? That was your first when you were
I worked
in college?
with Tommy a couple of times. I flunked out a semester of school trying to open for this motherfucker, man. And I thought it was gonna like change my life. Like, Tommy Davidson is the first star that I ever met in comedy. In terms of, I don't know, I'd been doing stand-up maybe a year and a half, and you're just opening for a bunch of other road guys, and they're fine, they're funny, but none of them are on TV or from the movies. Mm. And Tommy Davidson, bro, he was white hot in the 90s, man. And so I get a chance to open for him, but it's the week of midterms. And it's one of these midterms you can't miss. It's 40% of your cumulative. And I just said, fuck it, man, I'm going. And I dipped. And I went to Charlotte and I opened for Tommy Davidson at the Charlotte Comedy Zone on Independence Boulevard, where it was, and the club used to be way the fuck out. And I rode a Greyhound, and then I took the Cats City bus to the gig every night. And I thought that like Tommy Davidson was gonna like take me and like fucking make me feel like the Chris Rock story of Eddie Murphy saw me and then he put me in Beverly Hills Cop 2. Mm-hmm. And then I had an HBO comedy half hour. Like there's shit in between each of those. But that was the trajectory of mm-hmm. Famous man saw me, famous man gave me opportunity, me capitalize on opportunity. Something funny about this scene in Bad Boys where Will Smith comes in to greet Martin in the morning while Martin's having breakfast with his kids. There was just knick-knack edits they made where it's like, did you even need to edit that? It saved you like 4 seconds where Will Smith makes Martin's kid look one way and then he grabs his food and then eats the food. He goes, why'd you take my food, Uncle Mike? They edit out Will grabbing the food, which kills the joke because you don't see him do the thing that what motivated him to make the kid point. It was to take the bacon, and they edit. And I vividly remember it's like, what's that shit where where Sinbad was or wasn't in a movie Kazam, the Mandela effect?
Shazam.
It's that shit.
Or Kazam.
They edit so much knick-knack shit out of these films. It's like, why would you fucking do that?
Uncle Mike's in the house.
What's up, Uncle Mike?
Shh, partner. What's going on? Quincy, check it out.
What? Take my food for?
Hey, girl.
Yeah.
So I'm supposed to open for Tommy Davidson for 3 days. I pack 2 weeks worth of clothes because in my head, I'm never going back to Tallahassee. This is it. I'm going to go to Charlotte, Tommy Davidson's going to see me rip, and then he's going to take me back to L.A. with him. That's in my head. That's what I...
Mm-hmm. The Eddie Money, 2 tickets to paradise.
Yeah. I'm already thinking about my interview on Oprah. Well, yeah, Oprah, it was midterms, but I just had to... I had to leave, you know. I go up, first 2 nights, I rip. I do really well, and it was really a big deal, you know, career-wise, because that was like also the first celebrity audience where these people pay $40. I've been telling these jokes for $7, you know, to $7 audiences. Let's see what a real comedy club, especially black people too. And they rocked with me, man. And I did really well. So then Sunday night, I'm in the green room after the show. I've brought my luggage to the club because in my head, Tommy Davidson's going to go, let's go to my private jet now. And we will go to LA. I got my fucking luggage in this club, bro. And Tommy Davidson come in the green room after his set. And he comes in, he sees me, and he goes, hey, man, you did your thing. And I'm like, oh, fuck, here we go. It's happening. That's what everybody told me. They said you did your thing. I didn't get to see it because I never got to the club on time. But keep at it, and I'll see you soon. Shook my hand and drifted out of the green room, and I'm sitting there fucking sad next to my Samsonite luggage, knowing that I flunked a semester of... I didn't flunk the whole semester, but it was a class I needed to graduate that was only offered in the spring. Mm-hmm. I mean, only offered in the fall. So no matter what else I do, I gotta wait to get those 3 credit hours to take the next prerequisite after it. So I have to wait a year. There's nothing I can do. I've delayed my college education by a year to get 3 days of opening for Tommy Davidson. And I do it over and over again, man.
Next thing we got for you. I know it turned out okay, though.
That's funny. Dr. Sitvana Zebo. Fake doctor card. That was a prank call character I used to do. Dr. Zebo.
Oh, it was incredible. What brought that up?
It's nothing I'll do now. It was a professor I hated in school.
Hello?
Hello, yes, ma'am.
Who you trying to call?
I called to ask you because I ordered a while back the jewelry.
What kind of jewelry?
I ordered the jewelry out of the catalog, the brochure that you sell the jewelry, and I still do not get my jewelry.
Did you pay for it?
Yes, ma'am, I did. I paid my money, and I need my jewelry.
I don't know what jewelry you're talking about. Tell me your name.
My name is Dr. Sitman Azibo.
Slow down for me, too, okay?
Yes, ma'am. I
apologize because I'm not hollered.
I try not to get upset, too, but I give us $87 of the money, and I do not see my fucking jewelry. So you can understand.
Wait a minute. I have not cursed you. What did you order?
Ma, please, if you could just give me respect, please, because they...
Wait a minute. Didn't you curse me a few minutes ago?
No, ma'am. I did not curse you. I just said that I give her the fucking money. I did not
Wait a minute.
What
is fucking if that's not a curse word?
I did not curse at you. I cursed at the money. I want my money. I do not even care about jewelry anymore. I do not care.
First of all, I don't know what jewelry you ordered.
I'm doctor. You will call me doctor.
I don't know you. I don't know whether you're a doctor now.
I go to University of Nigeria. I went to University of Nigeria, and I get extra degrees in North Carolina. Are you educated, ma'am?
Are you educated?
I am very.
Well, you don't sound educated.
I'm Dr. Sidman Azibo, ma'am.
I don't know you. I don't know nothing about your jewelry money.
The American black women, you lie so hard to keep that extra money to get hair done.
First of all, $90 ain't no money.
If it is nothing, then you give me my money. You give me the money. Where do you stay, ma'am? Because I will
Where
come
do
to
you
house.
stay, too?
I have unlimited night and weekend minutes.
Well, see, I got a cell phone and a house phone.
My weekends are unlimited, so I can call all of the American black women and see how stupid they are.
All American black women, but I don't appreciate you calling me Matt.
Ma'am, I will not hit a lady. I will not hit a lady.
Well,
my wife will hit a lady. She will hit a lady.
Your wife will get hit back, too.
No, ma'am, you will not touch my wife.
Your wife won't touch nobody either.
Utaway is a beautiful woman, and you will not touch Utaway.
Well, she must not be that beautiful to be with somebody like you that don't know how to talk to people.
Don't you disrespect my wife.
Don't you disrespect me.
Well, you're from Nigeria. You will respect
I don't care. Well, you better go back to Nigeria.
What do you do with your money, Deborah? Do you buy the drugs?
You bought drugs, and you sound like somebody on drugs now. I don't do drugs, and I don't need drugs.
You only have 10 minutes left on your minutes because you do not have unlimited minutes like me. My minutes are unlimited.
Do you have a phone number?
I will tell you my phone number.
Thank you. Give me your phone number.
It's the same number as the 95.7 Jams radio station.
Y'all need to quit. I'm going to tell my mama on y'all. Bye.
Be good.
Also, Michael Imperioli, like, shout out to him. Like, that was the one person from like all the Bad Boys cameos they've done in all the previous movies. That was the one person I was hoping would come back. But like, JoJo is running like a treatment center. Like, he really has gotten his life together.
Yeah. This was improv.
Oh yeah, 1,000%.
You know, he was a boxer.
Yeah, Golden Glove. Martin Lawrence was.
You can kind of tell right there. Like, it wasn't that amateurish.
Yeah, he knew his way around a boxing ring. The other thing, like right here, this shot, something that Michael Bay did that also made this movie so special, in my opinion, in terms of elevating Martin Lawrence, is that he understood comedically how to shoot Martin.
Yeah.
And Martin is a facial expression comedian. Like, he's one of the stand-ups. I used to study Martin. I studied Martin Lawrence and George Carlin. Like, those were the two guys when I first kind of started out. Like, I like what they both do. And Martin uses his body. He uses his face. And Michael Bay, like, understood, like, even like this angle, the angles at which he shot Martin, he would shoot down to get humor, or he would shoot Martin tight on like a slightly fisheye lens to add a little bit of curvature, silly. It just made him look sillier. And I think those little nuances to the naked eye, most people never picked up on, but you never saw Martin shot like that in any of his other films in terms of the comedic close-ups and punch-ins. Nobody else did it. And he did it in part 2 some as well, like the Reggie scene in part 2 with the, you know, and then when he's high on ecstasy.
Oh yeah, part 2. This is good leather, man.
In the car, exactly. When he's in the car and he's really tight on Martin, and when Martin's looking in the peephole, and like, Martin Lawrence with a fisheye lens is instant comedy. And I felt like not a lot of directors picked up on that. Michael Bay does not get enough credit for how he captures comedy, because, you know, so much of him is, we just see him as action director. Yeah, but there are legitimate laugh out loud fucking scenes in Transformers. Pain and Gain is one of his funniest movies. It's not a comedy.
No.
But there's some solid laughs in that shit, man.
Yeah, The Rock's funny too. There's good scenes. But like what you're talking about too, like the John Sally scene, they shoot that very similarly too, where it just shows how
even
small Martin Lawrence is. Yeah, the camera was like up here.
Yeah, he's just looking up at Fletcher the whole time, but still talking aggressively the entire time.
Work your magic. You say you're a computer whiz, man. Come on. Hey, man, back up off me, okay? I'm doing an illegal favor for you. Okay, this is what I got put in jail for in the first place. So you back up off me. Man, you don't sit your lanky ass down. Bottom line, I will knock you the fuck out.
But yeah, I did these prank phone calls, and, you know, for the most part, they were an ends to a means.
You're so talented at it, dude.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to stay on the radio, because I wanted to do the other stuff I wanted to do. I wanted to do parody songs and sketches and weird commercials, and I wanted to do character call-in stuff. Like, I was a big fan of Bob and Tom, the Bob and Tom show, and the Tom Joyner morning show. And Tom Joyner, they would have prank calls now and then, but they had other segments that were fun and comedic and like just stretch your legs. I was not going to creatively be allowed to do any of that unless I could deliver on prank phone calls. So I just dedicated myself to being good at pranks so that I could earn the creative freedom to do the stuff I actually wanted to do. I never wanted to be the prank call guy. I became that for a while because they were good. They caught on. A lot of them went viral. But, you know, as soon as I was able to kind of put my anchor into other things and be known for other shit career-wise, I stopped doing new prank. I haven't done a prank. I haven't had a prank call album since 2007. That's the crazy shit, is that I did so many prank calls over the course of 6 years, from 2001 to 2007. I could have done 8 albums. I only did 3. And then once I started getting a little more established in stand-up, I pulled everything off the internet. Like, there's still stuff. I got a couple of hits on the YouTube channel. I don't hate on bootleggers. Like, there's a lot of people that take all of my old shit and they put it on their YouTubes. That's fine. Get your money. There's TikTokers that have rediscovered my pranks and they put them up. Fine, get your money. I'm not going to copyright strike you. I'm not going to because to me, it's cool that it lives on over there. Mm-hmm. I'm never going to promote it. I'm never going to put it out there because I love that that's such a previous life that I just get to go, oh yeah, that was a good time versus, hey, I still do them now. I'm the prank call guy. Because if you ain't careful, man, you get labeled for one thing and that's all they know you for.
Do you mess with like telemarketers if they call you or anything?
Sometimes I have more fun with the text messages when the people call and, hey, it's Sylvia. You still looking to sell the house? You ever get those? The realtor, are you still going to sell the house? And then it's just, I sent a long, 2-paragraph I was, but then it burnt down and then the kids were there and they're thinking about rebuilding, but then I heard his body and I can still hear his screams. And like a nice, proper, creepy reply. Mm-hmm. I tell you who I don't fuck with. I don't fuck with the political text messages.
Yeah.
Because those are real people. You think it's a bot? It's not. It's a mass text. But when you reply to that bitch, it's really that politician. Man. When that shit says, hey, Roy, it's Doug Emhoff. It's fucking Doug Emhoff.
Oh, God. I respond so mean to that. It's good to know.
Yeah, sometimes they'll say something back, but no, I mean, the pranks, I never wanted to be known for that. And then I think when I got my sitcom in 2012, Sullivan and Son with Steve Byrne, that's when I really started looking at my body of work. Also, prank calls and shit like that, it's a young man's game, bro. So let the kids have the pranks and the silly Johnny Knoxville, Drewski, like that. Yeah, you're young. Like you're supposed to act a fool and be Desi Banks. And I'm 45. I can't be known as the guy who calls and gets black people upset. I respect that era of my life, but it's not something that I actively promote or endear myself towards because it's just, I don't know. It's like when you find a picture of your dad and he fucking wore leather pants in the 60s. You should wear fucking leather pants. Hey, that's what it was doing back then. That's how I made money. Sold prank CDs so I wouldn't sleep in my fucking car at a Flying J. I fucking wish I had a Buc-ee's when I was growing up in comedy. Fucking big ass fucking truck stops.
Speaking of your radio days and albums.
How did you get your hands on the Corrupted?
It was not easy. I got to be honest. They don't make a lot of those vinyls.
Sweet Jesus. Bun B, E40. It's the Corrupted's Execution.
Pretty good music.
The Corrupted's Execution.
Music soundtrack.
Yeah, this is from all of the interracial action movies. Every interracial action movie had to have some fucking hip hop soundtrack.
I just remember you tweeting that this is one of the best soundtracks.
Yeah, it literally feels like a whole fucking album, bro. Like it's just. Also, I was a huge UGK fan. Still am. Shout out to Bun B, who I can say is a friend now.
That's dope. Awesome. Yeah, that's cool.
It's really weird. Some of the people phone numbers I have now, and it's like, oh fuck, I know, but I can just text Bun B.
That's how I felt about you giving me your number. Yeah. There's no way she makes that jump, by the way.
Both her legs would have broken. It's a fucking hotel pool. It's like 6 feet deep. Hotel pools are not deep because they don't want the lawsuits.
Yeah, they got to be able to put that no diving sign.
Yeah,
she would have been so tough. She's
no
the worst
jumping
part
off the roof.
Even if she tucked and fucking, she really is annoying as a character, and I guess it's great acting because if you know Tia Leone, like in just interviews and other regular shit, pretty regular, pretty normal fucking actress, pretty down to earth. But goddamn, she was just a borderline Karen. in this fucking film.
How do you feel about heights though? Have you ever like jumped into a body of water from a?
Yeah, you're talking about zip lining.
Oh yeah, that's right. That was so fun.
I went ziplining with my boy today at the zoo.
How was that?
It was fine. It's the zoo.
Do you zip line like over all the exhibits?
It's in a chair, so I don't know. It's more of a ski lift type situation, but on a line, and it zips very fast. No, I don't fuck with jumping off shit. I don't really fuck with a lot of physicality stuff. I'm always paranoid about breaking something. Like, I can swim, I will jump, I will dive, but if you ask me, like when you see the videos of like fuckers jumping off the roof of a house into a pool with a bunch of drunks telling them, yeah, let's fucking do it.
Sounds like Buffalo Bills fans.
Yeah, stuff like that. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing none of that shit, bro.
One of the things we got you is kind of the cheesier gifts.
That's funny. So here's a funny thing about this whole movie, Soul. Somebody told me I look like the guy. I pointed it out for a split second. Do you remember when Hannibal Buress went? I don't remember which Spider-Man Hannibal was in. He was in one of the Andrew Garfields. Was that the?
It was one of the Tom Holland. He was a gym. He was a gym like teacher or something.
Yeah, he was.
So Hannibal does red carpet for Spider-Man. And instead of showing up himself, he hires another black person to just be him. and so the way red carpet works, you have a publicist with you, and the publicist is working a couple of steps while you're doing one interview. The publicist is working 2 or 3 like reporter stalls down, going, "I have Hannibal Buress, comedian. Would you like Hannibal?" Yeah. And they don't fucking care. They're like, yeah, I would talk to him because they've been standing out there in the heat baking for an hour. They'll talk to anybody that fucking walks by. So then the publicist would just come by, and here's Hannibal Buress. And they just started interviewing this random guy as Hannibal. Hannibal waits in the cut like a fucking silent assassin. And then the next day just releases all the footage of people, of just every interview of this guy pretending to be him.
That's great.
Answering the questions straight up.
Yeah. Sounds like an Eric Andre bit.
Yeah. I mean, he's Andre's co-host for a while.
I'm here with Hannibal Buress.
It sure looks like your normal interview on the red carpet. Working with the cast, this was a great time. I had a blast. Just one problem. That guy is not in the movie. At the Spider-Man Homecoming premiere in L.A., comedian Hannibal Buress, who plays Coach Wilson in the movie, hired an imposter to walk the red carpet in place of him, and he kind of pulled it off.
So I had it in my head for a minute to show up to the premieres for Soul in full hat, glasses, suit, everything, and not say shit. Just walk up to the red carpet and just go, yeah, it's me. It's never. But it could have gone one of 2 ways. It could have. One, I couldn't do it because scheduling. It was a daily show. It was conflict. But if I could have shown up to 2 or 3 premieres in full character as the dude from
Joe Gardner.
Joe Gardner.
I feel like it would have been funny and hilarious, but if people misunderstand this as me grandstanding the movie or making it about myself and distracting from the film and whatever PR they really intended, and it's just, that dude look like Roy Wood Jr. Yuck, fuck that movie. I don't want to be in bad. You know what I'm saying? I don't want bad blood with anybody that really worked. These fucking animated movies, bro, they take a decade to make. And imagine your first week box office getting shit canned because some fucking bored comedian showed up.
Oh, that's so great.
God, that's such a funny bit, though.
But if they drop a sequel, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
If there's a sequel to Soul, I'm fucking showing, I'll learn piano.
We're going to clip this when they make a sequel and send it to you. Be like, you got to do it.
Yeah, it's like, it's me. It's totally me.
That was such hilarious. Stop sending me this. That was such a funny tweet.
Yeah, it's like people were like, "Oh yeah, you look like the guy." I'm like, "No, I don't." Even though I fucking know I do. That's how I argue with people.
Next thing we got for you. This is I know it's an important motto for you.
Yeah, this is a motto I live by. Oh, a diehard Christmas ornament. Come out to the coast. We get together. Have a few laughs. It's like famous last words of Misery.
Come out to the coast. We'll get together. Have a few laughs.
Yeah, I've noticed you say that when you're in like situations where you're like, I wish I wasn't in this situation.
I wish I wasn't in this situation. And I'm just fucking, goddamn, you boys did your homework. This is fucking
I'm just glad
impressive.
you haven't said it on this podcast yet.
No. I did say it at the zoo today.
While you're zipping.
95 degrees.
So hot.
Heat index 101. I'm out that bitch in jeans.
You think John McClane's a better cop than Mike Lowry?
You know what I tried to do one time on Twitter? It didn't catch on. I think because Twitter's too young right now. And I might save it for March Madness. I like to imagine a universe, like a multiverse, if you will. I like to imagine a multiverse where all the famous cops from particular police forces are all on the department at the same time.
That's pretty fun.
Like, imagine Bad Boys.
Oh,
and then you see Dexter Morgan walk through.
Like the Expendables.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Surprise, motherfucker.
And then, Sergeant Dokes should have never killed him off. That was the biggest
mistake. That was the worst decision that show made. He was so great.
It was the glue. It was the counterbalance to that. I see you, you crazy motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
I'm watching you, motherfucker.
Like, imagine Martin and Will, but then fucking Crockett and Tubbs. They just have to do a case with them.
Starsky and Hutch.
Or they're like their senior detective. Like, we have to go to Crockett and talk to him about what it's like. And then fucking Horatio Kane from CSI Miami is working a crime scene. Like, I've wanted to do a poll or a March Madness bracket of just baddest cop from each fictional police city. Like, I got into it with some guys about whether or not Axel Foley and Action Jackson would have gotten along okay in Detroit, when the answer is RoboCop.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
If we're just talking baddest Detroit Metro.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
It's Alex Murphy. But yeah, it's an interesting thing, man, where like in LA, so many fictional LA cops to choose from.
Roy, I meant to ask you, though, the Christmas ornament. We always ask all our guests, how did you find out Santa Claus wasn't real? Do you have a story there?
Mario Brown in middle school told me that that he had already found his Christmas gifts. And I'm like, what? It's like so embarrassing. I was like 7th grade. I was so late.
Man.
I was late
you
as
were in
fuck.
7th grade?
This motherfucker goes, yeah, man, just gotta go around your house. Look around your house. Stay in there. My mama had some of my gifts at my friend's house, but he found my gifts, and I found some of his gifts.
Man, you're officially, I think, the oldest to find out Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Usually it's me, but I think you got everyone beat.
Bro, I found out Santa wasn't real, and then I went home and found my shit, and he was right, and I was crushed. I took an X-Acto, I had a Nintendo tape that I had gotten. It was Track and Field 2 by Konami, which is still, by the way, one of the greatest Olympic video games of all time. Track and Field 2, and I took an X-Acto knife and sliced along the corners of the cellophane, lifted it up, popped the cassette out, put in a different cassette in the house, like Duck Hunt or something, put something in there for weight balance. And then played Track and Field 2 for a month before Christmas. And then on Christmas Day, had to act surprised when I had
already beaten it.
Oh, Dragon Field, what? And I got one of those moms where they buy you the gift you've been begging for, and then they stare at you, waiting for you to like hug them and all of this shit. So I have to like remember to hug.
I hope we get a hug at the end of the podcast.
Yeah. So, last thing we got you. This is from our buddy Dr. Photograph. He actually filmed some of your sets.
The fuck out of here. With the game worn memorabilia.
Oh, yeah. There's all sorts of little goodies on that.
Dude.
If you have any problems with the weight, take it up with him. He was the one that assigned that.
Yeah. 250?
Yeah. Dude, we saw that. We're like, no way.
No fucking way. I'm 250. I'm like maybe like 235-ish now.
He did you dirty.
Yeah, he messed up. I heard you say 230.
No. Wait, to be fair, this is 2017. I was a big bitch. I was like 280 at my heaviest in like 2014. It was a guy. Matt Frost, he's my agent now. So maybe that's all it took, was buying me a fucking robe. But back then he wasn't even my agent. Look at me. I took my glove out on the field for the fuck. I'm such a child. Bro, baseball makes me so happy. I don't even think you understand how much I just enjoy the calm and tranquility that game offers.
Oh yeah.
And I've just always loved it. And it's always been my shit. And it's never not going to be my shit.
Well, actually, the real last thing we got you from the Rickwood game you did this year. How cool is that, man?
Fucking classic. An 83 Coca-Cola from the Barretts. Yo, I'm not even going to travel with this. I'm not even bullshitting you. I'm going to have this mailed. I need you to mail this.
Yeah, we'll send it to you.
Because I'm petrified of even if I pack it in my luggage, in my check bag, the air pressure differential.
We can send you all.
I would be crushed. No, and send it postal service so I know it's never in the air.
Okay.
Because they don't fucking fly mail. Send it, or FedEx Ground. FedEx Ground.
All right.
I'll give you a tracking number. This is fucking... You fucking bastards. Oh, wait, no, I'm in an RV the next 4 days. I can take this. I've been driving an RV all week.
No way.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I wasn't getting
Are you actually driving?
Yes, I'm physically the driver. It's no different than a U-Haul. It handles like a U-Haul. Same blind spot, same long. Take the wide turns to get your 90-degree turns in. But it's cool for my son. Hey man, see America from the ground. It's a shame to be able to say this, but he flies too much. And he needs the boredom.
He's never slept at a bus stop.
No, he needs the boredom and mundaneness of the American road trip. We used to be 12 hours in the car. I didn't have no fucking tablet. I barely packed a book, bro. Just sitting in the car for fucking hours on end. Can't even make yourself go to sleep. My son, but I guess that's the life that we want our kids to have, is something better than our own. I only flew on a plane 3 times before the age of 24. Only 3 times that I even physically been in an airport. My son is a silver medallion member with Delta.
That's wild.
How old is your son?
He's 8.
What are you watching any like movies with him at this point?
We watch 80s stuff because the storytelling's better.
Yeah.
So that's one thing.
What, does he like the 80s stuff, or is it?
Yeah, I mean, it's good stories. It's good characters. It's like he's 8, but he understood Back to the Future. He understood.
Oh, that's awesome.
We did Karate Kid together, but I fast forward through all the love, romance, him having a crush on the girl.
I did the same thing.
Yeah, and because she wanted to be with Johnny, and then Daniel won, and he should have fucking kicked rocks.
Have you watched?
Fucking beat it, tramp. I fucking beat your ex-boyfriend.
Have you watched Cobra Kai?
No, I don't. Everybody swears it's good. I'll get to it, but
it's better than it should be.
Yeah,
that's
what it is.
Okay, then fine. Because my thing, as a logically thinking adult man, why are you still into it with your high school bully, who you were kind of fucking with? Somebody on Twitter broke down Karate Kid, and they were like, most of those ass whoopings Daniel was asking.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fact.
Johnny was minding his business, and then you fucking put water. He was taking a shit at the Halloween party.
Yeah, he was cool. He was cool. Yeah, he dumped the water on
and that boy came out that stall, didn't wipe his ass, and beat the shit out of you. And fucking Miyagi had to break that shit up and come off the fence like Dusty Rhodes.
He got locked up so quick for beating up a high schooler.
Yeah. That boy came and beat the shit out of you. So I don't know. I feel like two men still mad at each other about a karate fight from 40 years ago need to go to therapy.
Oh,
this is my favorite depiction of a white guy playing basketball when he just keeps shooting it over the goal every shot.
Joey Pants.
I was making them before you came here. Just classic Michael Scott excuse.
Smoking a cigar.
They were all going in.
I was like getting them all in before you showed up.
Quintessential police captain of every 90s buddy cop movie too. Beverly Hills Cop had the angry captain. Lethal Weapons captain wasn't angry, but he was definitely a hard ass on Riggs and Murtaugh. Like, for sure, it was like, hey, come on, Riggs, Murtaugh, you guys get it together out there. The Chiefs, it's just always the Chiefs on my ass here. The mayor's on my ass here. You gotta fucking cut me some slack.
Reed, you even pointed out this vest that Martin Lawrence is wearing is another, like, classic vest.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's like some croc hunter animal safari.
Yeah, it does.
It doesn't even speak Miami fashion. I feel like the wardrobe was still for fucking John Lovitz. They fixed the dialogue, but the fucking wardrobe. It's like, sorry, you're short like John. Fuck it. Put this vest on.
Vest.
Yeah, we ran out of budget for costumes, so.
Yeah, Joey Pants was really fucking stellar in this.
I feel like if we were the bad boys, I think you'd be our Joey Pants.
Yeah, I take that. Take that. Fucking angry police chief.
The remake that nobody wants.
No. Have you watched Bad Boys 4 yet?
Oh yeah, I've seen them all. I'm a huge fan of this franchise.
Yeah, I thought 4 was a lot of fun.
Better than 3. I enjoyed it. To me, I would rank 3 as the bottom of the.
Yeah.
I laughed as hard in part 4 as I did part 2. And it's hard for me to like rank anything over part 2, but fuck. 4 is right there, neck and neck.
No,
it's neck really and neck. But I think 2 is still just mwah.
2, so I grew up and I loved Martin Lawrence, like Blue Streak, Nothing to Lose. I mean, even like National Security.
Treasure.
National Security.
Yeah, National Security.
Not the Nick Treasure.
Black Knight.
Yeah. Black Knight, yeah.
Black Knight, yeah.
All oddly good but bad films
Big Mama's
in their
House,
own way.
Yeah. But
Big Mama's House I never dug. I thought it was funny, but I don't know. I'm just not a man dressed as a woman kind of.
No, understandable. I was young.
No, I'm not even getting into the politics of it.
Yeah.
Like just like Norbit, I didn't fuck with. Nutty Professor, I laughed at parts, but like when Eddie was playing the grandma, I'm like, oh, it looked good. It looked legit. Like it's that's wild acting to be in a scene with 6 other versions of yourself and run a scene. That's wild and talented, but like Big Mama's House isn't on my Martin Lawrence Mount Rushmore. Like we're going top 4. You know what I mean?
It's probably not on Martin Lawrence's list either.
You know, Thin Line, Love and Hate better be though.
Who do you like more in this movie? Or who do you relate to more?
Martin, because he just doesn't want trouble. I'm very much that guy in real life. I'm just trying to get through the day. I'm not looking for action. I'm not looking for anything exciting. And Martin is always complaining that Mike is dragging him into something insane. I would love to know what happened. Teresa Randall, the actress who played Martin's wife in the first 3 films, they had a different woman, Tasha Smith, play his wife in part 4. I would love to. I don't know. I'm always curious when they swap characters here and there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad they kept her and didn't like kill her off or do anything weird like they did with Talia Shire in the Rocky series. I think that, and I might be speaking out of turn, but I think that wasn't necessarily the smoothest transition in terms of the Rocky Adrian, hey, will you come back and be Rocky's wife again? And she's like, well, what the fuck else is there to do?
Yeah.
And you're like, all right, well then watch this. And then cut to Rocky at Adrian's grave at a bar named after Adrian and Creed 1. It's like, yeah, we'll just kill you off and make you a memory. And they easily could have done something like that.
Did you like Creed?
Yeah, I love Creed. I was hoping that part 3 would have been like the rumor originally was that Jonathan Majors, it was going to be the son of Clubber Lang, but nobody would buy into it because
too many sons.
Yeah, it's just him fighting all the kids. Rocky's past opponent.
That's kind of what Cobra Kai is.
Yeah.
I love that too when he walks into the house. We were talking about it earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Why am I tripping
over something I know where it is?
Tripping over my own shit.
Damn. Shit. Why am I tripping on shit I know is there?
But like whenever I grew up, I just was brought up on Bad Boys 2. And like I was saying, like I loved Martin Lawrence so much. I felt like they were putting him in the not cool guy role. Like Will Smith was the cool guy. Martin Lawrence is kind of the butt of the joke a little bit. And then whenever I watched this, I don't think I watched Bad Boys ever until recently. And whenever you chose the movie, but I loved it because I felt like Martin Lawrence is the star of this one.
Yeah, but that's also because 8 years between both of these films. And by the time they got around to part 2, Will had done Independence Day. He had done Men in Black. He was a bona fide. I think Wild Wild West had happened by then as well. He was Mr. Box Office. Martin had his run, and he had a couple of films.
Life. We should have said Life. That would have been better than Big Mama's House.
Yeah. Okay, so Bad Boys 1, Life, Thin Line. I'd put Blue Streak as my number 4.
Oh, yeah.
Martin Lawrence. Like just the 4 Martin films that I've thoroughly enjoyed him in. But yeah, also you'll notice a dynamic difference in part 2 is that Will gets top billing before Martin. Bad Boys 1 is Martin Lawrence and Will Smith, and then part 2 is Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. And it's billed as such for the rest of the franchise. And that's such like a little thing, but it just shows you like, if you're the studio, which name are we going to put on this film to ensure people coming to see it? We got to put Will's name first.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not shitting on Martin, but it's just.
Martin said that looping Will in and getting him this role and helping getting this role was the best thing he ever did. So I don't think there was any animosity there.
No, they don't have beef. I'm sure their money's their money.
Yeah.
And they got more than they can count.
Well, I did like Bad Boys 4 too, because I felt like Martin kind of got more shine in that one.
Yeah, they gave him a lot more comedy that time. Yeah.
Even got to slap Will.
Slap the shit out of Will. Which is such a funny dichotomy.
Cut that bitch ass shit out, Mike. I need Nasty Mike. Nasty Mike. Bad shit happens, but that doesn't mean you're bad. Do that donkey shit. Right? That's what I'm talking about. That shit right there. That shit right there. Bad boy, Mike. Right?
Yo, man, that's my silk shirt. It's just such a great movie, man.
Well, even the way he says Mike Lowry is just so iconic. Like, it's like you can hear it and you know exactly what movie it comes from. Like, it's just such a thing that sticks in your craw a little bit.
Mike Lowry.
Yeah. We had Mark Norman on a few months ago, and I told him, you're an upcoming guest, and he's like, what movie y'all pick? Like Bad Boys. He immediately just, Mike Lowry.
Such a random catchphrase.
Your own name.
This was funny as hell. When I was in college, I had a Mike Lowry in my class, and the teacher, he wasn't there that day, so the teacher kept being like, Mike Lowry. And slowly, this one dude just started busting out laughing. And the teacher's like, what's so funny? Why are you laughing? He's like, Mike Lowry, like Bad Boys.
That's incredible. Oh, shit. That's so much better than Bueller.
Ben Stein, he's a fan of mine.
Oh, no way.
I met him freaking 20 years ago. He was a judge on Star Search. He was a judge on my 2 episodes of Star Search, and like came like after I got eliminated. I just want you to know that your comedy, and I enjoy it, and I'm sorry that the other judges. And well, you know, he's on some other shit now politically, so he might hate me because of Daily Show. But every time I've seen him since then, very kind.
That's awesome. That's so random.
You'd be surprised the people who watch the Daily Show. And I can't even like mention them because they're so like, don't tell nobody we watch. But I've been watching politics. Big fan. And then they'll walk off real fast because they don't even want to be seen.
Yeah, talking to you.
It's like I'm their favorite porn star. Like, fucking, like all of these American actors who appear apolitical professionally. I see him at the receptions and the red carpets and go, that sketch you did last week about the gun control. It was real good. I gotta go. I never get to say shit back to them. Like, they don't even want to be seen talking to me to take a picture. They're just like, oh, I can't be
like
seen.
handing you a note.
Yeah.
So why is that, though? I feel like Hollywood, it would be safe to be like Democratic or liberal, right?
It depends on the platform you build. And if you're making money on both sides, you don't want to be seen. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like there's some actors who are proudly, like, say, like a Don Cheadle. Don Cheadle wears his politics on his sleeve. In fact, all of that acting and all of that comes second to what he stands on, and you're going to know what he stands on. And there's other actors who go, hey, that's how I make my money, but I take the money and the leverage I get from that, and I do these things within the community that nobody really knows about or gives a fuck about, or wouldn't have even known that I helped to bankroll, to make things, make the world a better. Like, what was it? I don't even know if this is public, but like, that I won't name the family, but like there was a shooting. There was black person killed oddly by police story. Pick a dead black person in the last 5-6 years. And Tyler Perry, like, take care of everything, fly family to wherever, funeral, no need for GoFundMes, like that type of shit. Never tweets about it, never speaks about it. Like, it's stuff that's just known in black Hollywood circles and stuff. So I just think everybody runs their brand differently, but it's very fascinating when I meet people who I think do not care at all about politics, who can tell me about a segment I did on the show 5 years ago. And they remember it to it. Oh yeah, when you went to Boston and you were talking to people at the Fenway and the racism, and I'm like, I've loved every single movie you've ever done. All right, I gotta go. Get the fuck out of my face. Just walk off real fast. Yeah, if I'm backstage at an event, that's when I can really
talk to people. Yeah. Because
there's no cameras, there's no eyeballs. I'm getting ready to some banquet function, whatever, or award show. If I'm backstage at an award show, like when the Daily Show won the Emmy, and you go in the back tunnels to do the photo and go through all the pictures and interviews and all of that, and you're running into all the other people who've won Emmys and they're in line for the same shit. That's when you really start meeting, like, oh shit, you do? Okay. You fuck with us.
Wanted to ask you where, you're talking about all the cool stuff you've done, won Emmy and all this. Where does the Rick Wood stuff kind of fall in with your greatest hits, so to speak?
I would say being able to do a podcast about the history of the oldest baseball field in my own hometown, it's probably top 3 things I've done so far in my career, because it's able to put something back into the city of Birmingham. That podcast gave perspective to why that city is the way it was and is, and here's a look at what it could be becoming. Mm-hmm. To me, that's the good thing about that podcast. I mean, we talked to so many retired Negro Leaguers who still live in the city of Birmingham, and it was just dope. It was dope to be able to talk to them and tell a piece of the city's history. And, honestly, I don't know if I'll ever get to do anything that's as meaningful in my hometown, about my hometown, and for MLB Network to allow me to be a part of all the coverage, leading up to it. It was just love, man. It really was. I don't know if Major League Baseball will ever come back to Birmingham, but I know the fact that they did, even just once, it changes everything.
No, that was such a special night. That was really cool. That we had got you a Willie Mays jersey from the Barons, but we saw you already had one. But it was crazy. I'd ordered it weeks in advance, and the day I got it was the day he died. And I know it was so weird opening it, being like, did me ordering his jersey make this happen? It really was. I was like, I'm not ordering another jersey.
What's last movie you watched that made you cry?
Oh, Backdraft. That's my brother, damn it. That gets me every time. And when Bruce Willis dies in Armageddon.
Oh yeah. Man. That's a great scene.
That's more Liv Tyler. Because it's Liv Tyler's acting against Bruce that's just so fucking stellar. It's so stellar. But fucking, bro, Backdraft, when the Baldwin brothers down there fighting the fire and Kurt Russell's all fucked up in the rafters, and like the single firefighter is fighting a factory firefight. A single firefighter is fighting a fire in a fucking factory with one hose. It's Hollywood. Yeah. And Kurt Russell's like getting ready to die, and he looks over and sees his little brother is finally brave enough and finally doing what it takes to be a firefighter and firefight the right way. And he's so fucking proud. And then he goes, look at him. That's my brother. God damn it. And I was like, fucking, God damn it, you got me.
That's my brother, God damn it.
That's such a great shot.
I know. I was just...
It's such a great shot of Will flirting with Martin in the background, fighting for his life.
Face. Yeah.
Just unaware.
Martin's having the worst time of his life.
Yeah.
One thing I did want to ask, we can close after this, but like she pulls this gun out and he just like stares at her the whole time.
It's like, what are you going to do? You're going to shoot me?
Yeah. Like he just doesn't, he's like, yeah, right. Like, is the glass bulletproof, or is he just doesn't care? He looks disappointed.
Why is he mad? I wanted you to murder me. I am Fouché. This is that era of one named villains too.
Yeah.
In the 90s, villains never had a full name.
Vladimir.
Yeah. It's Petchinkov.
Yeah, and I do think this movie, like, for Michael Bay too, like you talk about, it's really restrained for Michael Bay. But at the end, it feels like they're like, okay, Michael, you can do what you want to do.
You can do one thing.
Yeah. There's explosions, people are flying around on fire.
Yeah, but I mean, he hadn't been given a lot of freedom up until this point, fiscally.
I think this was his director debut.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So yeah, he didn't just, he didn't get a lot of fucking budget. I think The Rock was after this.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
And then after that, he was off to the races.
Man, we appreciate you doing
this.
Man,
I appreciate you, man. I thank you guys.
Been incredible. You mean so much to Birmingham. You mean so much to us. We're just very grateful for your time, and we appreciate you doing this.
Absolutely, not a problem.
You want to plug anything? You got that CNN
show? I have
show?
Nothing to plug. Google me. I don't know when you're going to watch this. Yeah, just Google me. Put an @ in front, put a .com on the backside. You'll find where I am and figure out where the fuck to support me there.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, fam.
All right. Bad boys, bad boys.
Eric Andre has such a great bit about that song. About how the song is about getting arrested, but in between.
Oh, you're right. Like their police brutality to this reggae song.
Yeah. This guy getting this shit beat out of him. It's like, what the fuck?
Do you remember the show Cops? Did you guys ever watch the show Cops? Is it just me, or is reggae the most inappropriate music they could have picked to open up the show Cops? You can't slap reggae over police brutality footage and call it a day. That's not an intro for a show. The intro to Cops is like, "You're under arrest, you unarmed innocent black teenager." Boom! Jamaica mon gone downtown. Rastafari, welcome to the island of peace and purity. Kiss my boots, you disenfranchised transgender prostitute. Bam! Jamaica is a tropical island paradise. Our national currency is the delicious coconut. This is a system invented by rich, white, Christian, heterosexual businessmen. And if you don't match that description, then it is my job to subjugate and oppress you, motherfucker! For I am your judge, jury, and executioner! Under the sea, butter, butter. Under the sea, butter, butter.
Movies, 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 movies. Nick and Reed reviewing movies. Movies, 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 movies. Watching movies till we die.